Rippaverse Goldpost Twitter posted this video. This guy, I hadn't watched it all the way through. I just saw his animations and stuff. We're going to do a bit of a live reaction and see what this guy's going on about. Let's check it out. As you can see right here, he's clearly, as to be expected, talking about that, well, my video that was discussing that Protect Trans Kids flag there. I'm sure he takes a lot of issue with it, but let's check it out.
I'm very mad. I'm very angry. I'm trying to calm down because I know what this video is going to turn into. And honestly, at this point, I don't even know if I care. And I immediately went to social media and prepared myself for what I was going to see about a scene with a flag that says Protect Trans Kids, a trans flag. And I'll be honest with you guys. I'm so fucking tired of this. I'm so tired of any time the queer community is given a crumb from something, even a tiny little something in a movie or a poster or a mention, that these cishet ignorant fucking bigots turn it into 20, 30, 40 minutes worth of content day after day.
Okay, first of all, it's not abnormal for people to see something and then start having a longer form discussion, certainly about it. That wasn't anything that was put there by accident. And by the way, certainly as of recently, you've been getting way more than just mere crumbs. But this should be something that we can have a discussion about. It was put there for a reason, as I just said, and they put it there. It's not like we're not supportive. We're just not supposed to say certainly anything about our views as it pertains to that point. If you're frustrated, I don't know, maybe go get mad at the companies for utilizing this sort of material to perpetuate that sort of idea. If you are upset with people having a discussion certainly about it, I don't think that's anything to be worked up on. But I'm not going to do the whole marginalized thing. You know, it's funny hearing it from these communities, because depending on who you ask, you know, people are trying to find where they fit in the oppression Olympics. Does the black overweigh the black person in terms of how they're marginalized? Does that have much to do? Or let's say this, is that kind of over on the oppression of the latter? Let's say people that are gay or whatever, they try to do all this sort of stuff because it's all about box checking. Why can I not talk right now? Box checking with them. I don't know. Let's see what else he has to say.
Talking shit and targeting marginalized people. I'm tired of it.
Well, you say targeting, I guess he means discussing the topic at hand, which all I did was discuss how, yeah, I find it, first of all, this whole trans kids thing, considering genital mutilation that you're seeing on young people, top surgery being done by young people that are not 18 years of age. I have an inherent issue certainly with that, and I discussed how this idea is being done to guys like this, older cats. Fortunately, kids are being used to validate sort of their own individual views. So yeah,
I'm tired of biting my tongue. I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of doing things in good faith. Fuck them. Fuck them and fuck these channels. You are creating violent stuff, violent situations. You're stirring up violent tendencies.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Like, no, see, this is this whole deal. Like, nobody has said anything, advocated any sort of violence against any sort of community. The fact that you guys and weirdos like yourself attempt to try to put yourself in this victim status, when someone says something that you might not like, you change that to make it seem as if we're trying to advocate violence against someone. Like, it's not just a reach. You're actually the aggressor here in the sense that, you know, we're entering into a space where that's a serious accusation, homie. Or you're going to say that someone's advocating like that against any sort of groups of people, definitely because of let's say the way that you view them. Like, that's, come on, bro, that's a problem. So you're entering into that sort of space when you suggest that we are, or myself, because I guess that's who you're talking about, is advocating violence or trying to, let's say, perpetuate violent tendencies. That you only say stuff like that when you can't really pin that statement on someone, but you want to. It's kind of like the term adjacent or sympathizer, where it's like, I can't really call you one, but because you operate at a default, and you can't really deviate from this non-argument that you kind of probably, I don't know, heard from someone else, and you're so used to using it. When you find someone that you can't really put that on, well, this is what you do. You say that they're doing something in some kind of way or indirectly, which is very, very disingenuous. But that's a serious accusation, homie.
To go out and do shit and get online and harass people and bully people. We just want to live our fucking lives.
All right, in that case, go do that, right? But the subject matter of what we're discussing is kids. Like, again, I know you have this version of who you think I am and folks like myself is. This video that you're doing is centered around me speaking about leaving children out of that. You want to live your life. You want to be in whatever thing that you want to be in. And I can find it goofy. I'm sure you find things that I enjoy or my lifestyle, let's say goofy, fine. And nobody should be able to use aggression upon a peaceful person exercising said right to do whatever they want to do to themselves. Okay. But that's not what we're discussing here. We are discussing this stuff being done to children, and children can't consent. So that's the fundamental issue there. Okay. The fact that you try to conflate the two shows, again, how disingenuous you are. And I don't know if you guys actually understand or bother to understand, to try to understand the arguments and the positions of the people that you despise.
I don't give a fuck if you don't want a flag in a movie. I honestly don't give a fuck.
Okay, cool.
It's not your call. You're not part of the queer community. It's not about you.
Okay, so that's the thing. It's like you have, again, taken this and this property, which is what you deem, whether it be Marvel or whether it be what's happening in the Spider-Verse, and you deem that yours. Fine. That's your business, right? But there's a larger theme here that we're discussing, dude. And that's you can't just sit up there and try to skirt around that. And again, that's the whole kids being involved in this ideological or social driven bull crap it is that you're trying to present to them. You know, that's the problem here. You know what I'm saying? It's not my call, or you don't think I would. Dude, you didn't listen to anything that I said in this video. You thought I was going to even go see this movie or cared enough. You certainly haven't followed my material. We're talking about the theme here. And the whole idea that this is this whole trans kids thing, that's the core issue of what it is that we're discussing.
This thumbnail from Eric July, this is the first one I see. The Spider-Verse going after kids. This is no laughing matter, trying to normalize bad behavior. That's what it says. I haven't watched it yet because I want to have a 100% raw reaction to this fucking pile of bullshit that he's about to put out. I'm so fucking tired of it. And it's your fucking responsibility. You're doing this. You are making situations violent for trans people and for queer people. It is your fault.
No, that's not what's happening. And you a punk bitch for even suggesting that is the case, right? If anything, like, again, you're making serious accusations to people, and you don't care about that. I say this all the time. You remember I talked about this in my video, guys, before, where I say people like are on our side of the aisle, and we had to deal with crackheads like this. They make these sort of damning sort of claims that, you know, we've seen people lose their jobs because of it, and all of that sort of have actual like real world consequences to tying them to these things that are evil. You know what I mean? So they think that that's perfectly fine, and they think that it's okay to do that to their enemy while they're projecting and acting as if you're the ones doing it to them. I at no point in this video have advocated violence against any demographic. And I know again, I would like to say that he's smart enough to understand that, and he's kind of more sinister, right? Where you're doing this purposefully, just to lie. You know what I mean? Because again, you have a boogeyman made up in your head that you need me to be, and that you need the audience to be. That audience of people that may disagree with you on this particular subject.
And you don't want to take responsibility for it because you're trying to turn a fucking dollar on YouTube. It's no laughing matter. And he starts out the video with fucking laughing. You know why? You know why he does that? Because he's not the target of this shit. He likes it. He enjoys it. He loves when people come on and say shit about him. On Twitter, he's arguing with people all day. He's so smug.
Yeah, see, he's upset that I don't get bent out of shape as much as they do, right, about it. And I'll make a jest out of some guys. Look, man, my DMs are always bombarded. I, of course, have people on Twitter saying this and calling me the old nastiest things. But unlike you, right, because when people say ugly things and nasty things about you, again, you take that as violence, wrongfully, right? And then you have a mental breakdown. Me, I have the testicular fortitude, right, to be able to withstand that because, of course, I don't take y'all serious like that. So you call it smug, call it whatever you want to, call it whatever it is that you need to. But my mental state is so intact that stuff can't possibly, I'm in too good of a situation in the real world for that stuff to possibly impact me like that. So we know that you're going to hate. We know that you're going to knock. So why would I allow you to do it for free? So I do content and I obviously I monetize it. That doesn't mean that I don't care about the subject it is that I'm discussing. It's particularly in this one. This is something that should be taken very, very seriously. But I don't allow, again, the knocking, because I'm not the one that's going to feel the brunt. I don't know where you've been. And it's funny. He's saying things that are antithetical, right? Because he talks about people, getting arguments. It talks about people basically talking down upon me, while then saying like I'm not going to be a target of any. What are you talking about? That's all I deal with. Certainly from you weirdos. The difference is I don't turn it into a mental breakdown. I'll have a little fun. I'll make some money off you. I'll mock. I'll shame you because that's what it is that you certainly deserve. If you're a liar, if you're a nonsensical sort of detractor, if you're a bad actor, which you said right off the rip, you're not acting in good faith. That's the stuff that you deserve, dude. That's what you deserve. So I give you that. And it's more reciprocity because people that act in good faith, people that are honest, people that are not making these egregious claims about me, even if it's in disagreement, we can have a cordial discussion. But don't get upset when you throw the first punch, or in this case, let's say people online throw a first punch. I respond, right? And then it's like, he's not I believe the world is what you make of it. And certainly social media, which half of that stuff isn't real. More than half of that stuff isn't even real life. It's not legitimate.
Just this asshole energy exuding from him.
Yeah, he's basically, and that's the end of the video. He's basically upset that I don't get as bent out of shape as he does about like what people say online or having a given opinion. I just have more fun with it. Look, guys. I think this speaks to the mental issues that a lot of you guys have that go often unaddressed because you see it even as a badge of honor. Is why y'all put it all the time in your bios. You'll see some things that like whatever mental deficiencies or shortcomings it is that they have. And instead of like dealing with that, it's more like, hey, I'm different and I'm quirky and that's bizarre. Well, you should be actually confronting it. And if anything, if you can't get rid of it, learn how to manage it because you're showing that you don't know how to manage your problems. It is that you have when you get this bent out of shape. I'm all about passion and all that stuff, but you're getting bent out of shape to the point to where you have to tell a lie. And that is that I am, or folks like myself, are somehow trying to conjure up some level of violence towards a particular community because we say something like, trying to utilize this trans stuff on kids is a fundamental problem. I think it says a lot about you, the fact that you think that stuff is okay. If you enjoyed this video and want to support other content, please become a member at ericdjuly.com. This is my own unique platform that replaced my Patreon. Our Ultra Max, which is our highest tier, gets free shipping domestically even with Rippaverse orders and are able to redeem the Creators Edition copy of ISOM #1. You can move up and down tiers or cancel at any time. Also visit Rippaverse.com. This is my comic book company that launched a $3.7 million campaign. We appreciate your support.